Hello, hello, hello. We're back. Hopefully this is working. Still gotta check it out. I have no clue what that is. Let me clear that out. I see it says live down at the bottom, but it's still loading. Finally, y'all probably, most of y'all don't know this. On Twitch, there's a way that you can change the game titles and whatnot. I just do it through the Xbox, and sometimes it doesn't change it. Or I'm confusing y'all. Long story short, for the last month, it's had my game played as Fight Forever. Now it's finally on NBA 2K26. That's what matters. Anyways, we got a long tangent before we get to actual action. So apologies in advance, but we're here another episode in our Memphis Grizzlies franchise mode. It is the weekend, so we are on the rebuild, retool side of things. And in this video, we got several NBA Cup in-season tournament games to go through. So thing number one, I don't like how our schedule has lined us up to play against the same teams several times over a short time span. We play the Thunder 3 times in 3 weeks. We've already played the Spurs once, and we play them 2 more times in the span of a month. We have the Lakers on here, etc. We've already played the Rockets. They're on here again. So this video, we're doing strictly Cup games. We will simcast that game against the Wizards because it should be the new look Wizards. I see Anthony Davis' stat line down there. He is averaging 17 points. That's kind of crazy. They are 1-6. That is also more crazy. That's besides the point. So, worried about Cup games. That being said, though, my ear itches, so I got to pause there. All right. That being said, several side tangents. Where do we start? Thing one, I mentioned this in one of these videos about my tattoos on my career. I've never played my career on here. Or online, my player. And I have several tattoos. And I mentioned how anytime I go on there, at least one of them is missing. And I emailed the 2K support staff about it one time. And the respond team and his response was, go to the tattoo store and get the cheapest tattoo, and all your other tattoos will reappear. So I did that once, thinking it would fix it all together. No, 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 no. Again, like I said, I always have at least one tattoo missing. Then I get on there this past week, all of my tattoos are gone. And I'm not. It bothers me. It does bother me. Obviously, the easiest fix is to go get the cheapest tattoo every time. The more and more you think about it, A, you're going to have a bunch of tattoos you don't want, and B, they're hitting a lick. It's like, if I just did that every time. So, I wanted to get that off my chest. That being said, I don't have any tattoos in real life. I don't know if, I feel that any tattoo I'd get in real life, I would, immediately regret it. So, I've never even thought about it. So that's thing one. Thing two, I enjoy this rebuild, retool side of things because it's fresh, it's new, and it's a bunch of things that have a high chance of not happening. But I've been looking over and thinking things through. And the two that come to mind, or the three that come to mind immediately. A, Jalen Wells has been playing a lot in real life and playing great in real life, and he is our third string center. So probably unrealistic of that happening. Again, back it up. Austin Reeves, who was our big signing, that's kind of what started things off, probably would make a little bit more money in real life than compared on here. But to my defense, I said if the Lakers made him a reasonable offer, I wasn't going to bother. I was going to go back to the Lakers. If any other team made a reasonable offer, I wouldn't have even jumped into the mix. But neither of those things happened. I jumped into the mix. He accepted our contract. I'm not going to feel bad about it, but I do somewhat acknowledge it. Same thing with Isaiah Stewart. I think we could have offered the Pistons a lot more. I would have been willing to offer the Pistons a lot more, but they took our offer. I don't think it benefited them that much, but they were able to bring Jalen Duren back, so that's probably what their top priority was. I'm sorry that you also been looking at this screen for 5 minutes. I just didn't realize. So, again, I kind of feel bad. I'm not going to say I feel bad, but I think about it. There's definitely one more thing. I don't know if there was. All right, enough of me talking about it. Let's go ahead and play the games. I'm sorry that my chair creaks so loud as well. So we play the Thunder and Spurs on back-to-back games. The NBA is trying to beat us up immediately. We've already lost to the Spurs. Let's see what the hell happens here. We lose to the Thunder again, and we lost. All right, so there's that. So we're going to the NBA Cup. We're playing against the Phoenix Suns, who have Nikola Vucevic now. Jalen Green comes off the bench, which he would probably be a great like 6-man, but I don't really know if you pay that much for a 6-man. This is another thought and random thing. The first year that they did the in-season tournament, the jerseys that were used, and it's also funny, the main thing that comes with the in-season tournament is people hate the courts, which is understandable. It was the first year that they did it. They used the city jerseys. And since then, the next 2 years, they have used the statement jerseys. I felt like the city jerseys, it would have been like a good showcase. Like, oh, we have the city jerseys, and these are our new jerseys. I've told y'all this. I try to use the city jerseys as much as possible because they're most of the time only in the game. You're only more than likely going to see most of them only once. So there's some that are like great, and they get redone and brought back. This year they kind of went very lazy and just did a best of thing, but most of them that were the best of are the good, so not that much to complain about. It's Edie. It's right there. I also just changed Cam Boozer's jersey number to 3. Do I have a reason for it? Yes. Would he have a reason for it? Kinda, because I drafted him at number 3. But my reasoning for it, 3 is a magic number. When I started this video, we were 3-3. So I was like, oh my God, that's another thing. We drafted him at 3, and I've seen several mock drafts, and I did a take-a-thon the other day. Because I do it every day. Most of the time we stay in the same spot. Sometimes we jump up, which is, great. But one of the times I did it, we were at 3, and somebody that I saw on Twitter did 1, and we actually jumped up to 1, which is funny. That's not even 3. I thought we jumped up to 3 to keep that trend going. But 3, there's a song called 3 is a Magic Number, and it's been in my head for like the last 30 minutes thinking about it. So random thoughts. I will also say I just saw a commercial, and this is funny because the day that's uploaded actually be relevant and matter. I just saw a commercial for the UFC this weekend, which I'm looking forward to because Max Holloway, one of my favorite fighters, defending against BMF championship against Charles Oliveira in a rematch 10 years in the making, which that's the whole basis of the commercial. And I guess I'm ready to go to sleep and not thinking straight completely. And I was like, okay, I'm looking forward to that fight tonight, just to come to the realization, oh, that's tomorrow. But again, when this is uploaded, it will be tonight. So really looking forward to that. I watched the fight night last week after the Elimination Chamber, or what was left of the fight night after the Elimination Chamber. Elimination Chamber was what it was. I've not talked a lot about WWE on the channel for several reasons, but the only thing I will say, and it might come back to bite me in the ass, probably not. If what I say actually goes out to bite me in the ass, it's not even really on me. Please put the Motor City Machine Guns on WrestleMania. That's the main thing I asked for. I would like it if CM Punk retained his world championship and he kept his world title reign going. I've also thought, even before Roman won the Rumble, and just for the longest time that Roman was walking out of this Mania as world champion, for some reason, I thought it. But as time goes on, maybe that might not be the case, but, I hope that Punk wins, but I'm expecting Roman too. So we're like 6 weeks out, I believe, from Mania. Big SmackDown, which y'all will know the results before me. Big Friday night. Oh my goodness, that should not be a foul, but I'm willing to bring in beef stew. I think a lot of people, or a lot of teams, I should say, should be prioritizing center depth, because I feel in this offseason is going to be a good chance for that, because as we saw when we did free agency, there's a lot of good centers, a lot of quality certain centers that are on teams where they have to be the backup, like a Mitchell Robbins, etc., etc. Bro, I'm really struggling with words. I either burp and mess up or freaking slightly yawn and mess up. As Cam Boozer, again, is dominating very early on, which is good. I don't know of any of the college basketball games this weekend. I think Duke and North Carolina play again soon. If it's not this weekend, I don't know when it is, which. The only reason I'd be perplexed and confused about it is the last time that they played, there's a lot of commercials playing. I feel like I've seen none this week. So that's why I'm confused about that. I've been talking out online. But I've enjoyed the college basketball that I've been watching. This week was kind of a lot of blowouts. There's not as many close games. That could have got blocked or been a 3-shot foul. Walter Layton Jr. has been playing great in real life, which you love to see. I don't like that. He kind of got hit in the head there, but they didn't call the foul on it on me. I probably could get this to Stewart, but I'm not even going to try. I'll try and get to Coward. A good distribution early on. Distribution is the actual word I'm looking for. Distribution. I could just create a word. Coward came back this week. I also just found it kind of hilarious that Drew Holiday dropped like 40 points on us. Like, that was not on the bingo card. And what makes that even funnier is I saw like a on this day in history tweet, and then when he was on his first year on the Bucks and they played in Memphis, and there's not a lot of fans, or if any fans, because of it, and he hit the game winner for them in a very close game. Obviously, that's how game winners work. But has Drew Holiday always been at us like this? I don't like that. Lean didn't help a little. Lean didn't help a little bit too much, and now Vucevic, has he ever did that? Has he ever flexed like that? He thinks he did something. All right, we're gonna bring GG in and put Coward at shooting guard, and then the next possession we'll bring Ty Jerome in. Oh, I knew what I was forgetting. I knew, because I've been thinking of notes in my head, and I have a whole freaking composition notebook in front of me that I should be writing these things down in. All this is off my brain. Cam Johnson. Cam Johnson's kind of been a controversial topic this week, and Cam Johnson is not a controversial person, which that makes that funny. But obviously, the Nuggets had big back-to-back games against the Thunder and Wolves, in which they lost. And Cam Johnson was not good in those games particularly. Or he was better in the Thunder game. He just missed the shot before overtime, and I was like, whatever you do, do not. In my head, in that moment, I was like, try to finish this now, and because they were already exhausted, and I did not think they were going to be any better in overtime. That's kind of the case. So I did not think it was the best shot selection. But, I love Cam Johnson. I've wanted him on this team for a hot minute, and now we got him on this team virtually. And I said I kind of feel bad for him because he's in a situation where he's trying to contend, to where he just spent a year in Brooklyn where that was obviously not the case, and he thought he could get out of it and hoped to get out of it, and then he had to wait a little bit longer to do that. I know that these NBA players are millionaires and make a lot of money, but I don't think that trade was that unrealistic that we did. Looking at how things are going now. And I'm fairly certain the Nuggets brought back Peyton Watson, which was kind of the main thought process that I thought of in that situation. I see TA's jersey up there, which I feel like in certain shots they don't show it that well, but I just saw it, so shout out there. We're going to bring Ty Jerome in next position, like I said. bring in Cam Johnson next possession as well. So we're bringing in 3. We get a Coward, fast break dunk. I don't like that happened like it did, but it's overdone with. Stewart coming in with 7 on already having 7 rebounds. That's kind of crazy. I didn't even know he had rebounded that much already. So good, thank you to Beef Stew. That one hurt. That one hurt because they got both of us. I'll take it. If I get a steal, I get a steal, but I'm mainly going to foul. That way we can bring in new players. Well, he get fouled. There's also been, I've played a lot of my team this week because I've discovered the breakout gauntlet thing in which you can like enter I'm about to, if you don't play my team, then it's going to sound crazy, but there's a thing in my team to where the hell, how can I bring in Jalen Wills? There's a thing in my team where if you play so many games, then you can like elevate and play in a harder difficulty games where you get harder rewards, but you got to play the easy games first. That's what I'm trying to get at. Anyways, for some reason they won't make, like, I go to make substitutions and they just don't do them. So something is broke in the 2K system because it's happened in Team Up, it's happening on here now, it's happening to my team, to where I'm trying to make substitutions and then it like says they're gonna happen and then they just don't, and it kind of bothers the hell out of me. It's Coward, where he's getting an and one opportunity flex on Jalen Green. Tell him how it is. Another game where we're in the first and have 50 points. So I'm not going to say it's the HS special, but at some point it might be considered that. We were trying to bring in Jalen Wills and couldn't. We're trying to bring in Cam Johnson, and he didn't come. Like, I don't want to like pause, stop, and do all that crap, but like, again, it's another thing where 2K needs to fix it. It's making me look bad. We got Ty Jerome in finally. We'll shoot a logo shot. Close to logo. We'll just go ahead and start sim casting since they're starting to make me a little bit salty. I'm going to say pressed. Salty would mean I'd have to, I don't care. All right. Ty Jerome played a total of 2 minutes. Holy crap. All right, I was about to say. Anyways, 33 points and with most of them coming in the second half. Good, like, come on. Cam Boozer. Wish you could have got that last assist. You got a freaking triple-double. Reeves had 5 turnovers. I'm not the biggest fan of that, but 2 of them were my fault, I guess. All right. Good stats all around. I'd like for Edie to get a little bit more points on the board. But Stewart is a great rebounder for us, so there is that. As now we go to a second NBA Cup game, this against the Oklahoma City Thunder. As I start to cry and cough a little bit, they are 4-4. Walter Clayton Jr., we will rest this game. And we will give Scottie Pippen Jr. some minutes. Because it's been a minute since we have even used him. So we'll give Scottie Pippen Jr. some run. And kind of keeps everything the same. Now, so they get Scottie Pippen Jr. I was talking about Marvin Bagley and Scottie Pippen Jr. and how Scottie Pippen Jr. like started almost all of our playoff games. That's hilarious. All right, I'm leaving it as this game. I'll change it before the next game because I've already went through the motion. Who do we play in this third? We play the Spurs in the... Correct? No, that'll be in the next video. Who's this other? All right, the Timberwolves. We played earlier. What are their colored jerseys? All right, we're going to wear our statement jerseys this game, and we'll wear the white jerseys against the Wolves because their statement jerseys I'm not the biggest fan of. So we'll wear our statement jerseys again in this one. That's what I was getting at. But Marvin Bagley, I think about because he's been playing well for Dallas, and I just think he was our best player in Game 1 of the playoffs last season. And if you want to be, I can't say the whole playoffs because there's 4 freaking games that most are blowouts or freaking just our heart got stomped on. That first game, that was the takeaway. I remember, for us at least. SGA, this court color is terrible, but it would have been that regardless. I want Edie to eat. I also forgot to even take a screenshot. And we're going to do that here. Screw it. Because we're looking for the gold. Going for the gold is the planned title of this video. We get a somewhat poster. As we're going to try to make Case and Wallace shoot. For now. Zach Edey, fun fact, again, talking about my team, is supposed to get a 100 overall card. And I took into consideration if I get it off, sir. Because with my team, this is a good, we're going to have some my team discussion here. The thing about my team is obviously they have a lot of cards in it. And most of them are legends, which is fair. Kind of fair because they want you to play the mode to use the legends, even though obviously there's other ways you could do that. But the thing with me, and I want to know if I'm the only person. I'm probably not the only person that does it, but I personally think I want to use people that I know, which I think is reasonable, but B, because I play my career, I play a lot of this. If I have a Grizzlies, like if I got a John Morant card, I'd probably use it. What I'm trying to get at is, on my career, I'm on the Timberwolves, so I'm trying not to use as many cards as the Timberwolves players that I have because I just want to see the same people over and over again. Back to what I'm getting at. Well, this is my whole question. When you play my team, if you play my team, do you just use the best cards available and the cards that you get? Or do you seek to go out of your way to use your favorite players and guys that you enjoy, and girls this year that you enjoy using? Because me personally, I go after the people that I enjoy using. Granted, if I probably got a great overall card and it's the best card available, and it's just somebody I just don't mess with, or isn't I don't even it's kind of hard to say you don't know them that well. Granted, this season is the college themed, and some of these college players I don't know that well, even though most of them that I have, I do know. As that was a beautiful shot by Coward. We're cooking early. I'm not saying the number down there, but y'all can say it if you want. I don't even remember missing, by the way. That one bothered me because I feel that Edey, we could have got there with him. Because Edey is already out of freaking... See, this is what I'm getting at with the center rotation. We need to get as many... I'm not going to say we need to get as many centers as we can, but I would advise NBA teams to go that route. And the main reason we did it is because Edey, the injury history, and his stamina goes down fairly quickly. So we're up by 5. Edey's been eating early, which is the... I hate that we spun so much. We made that more difficult than we needed to. As Jaren and Ja played down there, Brooklyn versus Utah, that hurt. Distracted everything, giving up a wide open shot, but at least J-Dub missed. Coward diving for the ball. I think that hit I think it hit Chet's foot, but I'm glad that Coward wasn't a coward there. As the Phoenix Suns lost by 38 points to who? Oh yeah, us. Hashtag sarcasm, because it kind of sounded like I didn't know. Edie. I was trying to sub him out. I got. You know what? We're keeping Edie in till like 5 minutes left. And now that I do that, I guarantee they're going to take him out. By the way, I made a note to like keep him in. They're going to take him out on purpose. I know. Okay. That last time that he jumped, I didn't even push any buttons. That one hurt because, again, I feel that we could have got there. I just realized what we actually should do. All right, we'll do it. We might end up calling a timeout. All right, let's call a timeout. I feel like I set Edie up. It was like, okay, let's do well with Edie. Stamina's pretty low. Not the best things going on. So we're going to bring in Beef Stew. I'm sorry that I keep calling him Beef Stew, but, you know, this is his nickname. This is what I was getting at. We're going to bring in Wells, and we're going to have Reeves at point. This is what it might be not the best thing, but we'll try it because we didn't get any run with Jalen Wells in the last game. And the thing here is we need defense. Our offense is doing well. We might be compromising it a little bit here, but I feel like our defense should be doing okay as well. Holy crap, I can't believe I just did that. That hurt. That hurt. That hurt. As I don't even think Shea's in at point right now. Can't be. Is freaking Kenrich Williams in at point guard? Jalen Wells also doing well in real life. I don't like that on here he is refusing to re-sign. I don't think we have to re-sign him for a while, but he's not that happy here, and he was not that happy at the end of the last season, so it's not just the new roster additions and role on the team. It was like that beforehand. So I think they have Kenrich Williams in at point guard because Reeves is guarding him, and he's guarding Reeves as Reeves goes in and scores. We'll be interested to see if we can get Austin Reeves to be an all-star. I don't think it's impossible because he's almost a 90 overall. It's now we're getting somewhere. I don't know how that one didn't go in. I don't even think it was that freaking late. Don't like that. You know what? I got a somewhat wild idea. While Chet's in, we should go double big as well. Okay. We're still up. I thought we were down there. All right. If I would have wouldn't have shot that with the right stick, that probably would have went in. But I tried to lay it up with the right stick. All right, let's try this. Try it. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Somebody's going to be open. I don't like that. Okay, okay. We could have messed it up very badly. I'll leave him open. Screw it. That's a foul because he hit my freaking arm. Oh, yeah, I'll take that. That ain't no foul. He just freaking fell while he was in the air. That's a foul. Screwing our double big lineup, but I'm not going to be that concerned about it. Because at least we're getting free throws. Now, is Chet the only center? He is, so we don't even need the double big lineup anymore. We do need Ty Jerome as we're trying to make lineup changes and giving up open shots. Okay. Holy crap. That might have not even been Cameron Williams the whole time. That might be freaking eight. It was AJ Mitchell. I thought it was Cameron Williams the whole time. They had the same freaking hair and on the same team. Right, who the hell is our backup shooting guard? There we go, Cam. Jalen Wells. Yeah. Oh, I'm forgetting about Gigi. I was forgetting about somebody. All right, so now the lineup we want in is actually in. I think Jalen Williams is in at center now. Both ways. Do whatever joke you want about it. I'm not. We couldn't back him down, but we got Ty Jerome a somewhat open through to go in. I deserve that for thinking he was Kendrick Williams this whole time. That better not miss. That better not miss. That better not miss. I was too close, but I just tapped it. I didn't even hold it down. Don't like that. All right. Let me get readjusted. So I'm trying to not make my chair sound so weird, but when you have to readjust, it happens. Don't mess this up. You got to dunk off. That could have been worse. All right, now we got some Tom. We're talking NBA, we're playing an NBA game. My Twitter, for like the past week, maybe 2 weeks, and normal, I understand the For You. The For You is typically you like a tweet and it starts popping up tweets relative to that. Even though most of the time that ain't the case for me. IMO. Anyways, this week, I have noticed a lot, the last 2 weeks, I should say. I don't know why we freaking helped off that much. The last 2 weeks, the Sixer fans hate Daryl Morey for trades he has made. And the Jared McCain one was the cherry on top. They hated that trade, didn't think it made sense, and they just hate it. So okay, I do like this. As we finally beat the Oklahoma City Thunder. Remember Jared McCain. Boozer 32, Reeves 30, Ty Jerome coming in. Or the hell's Edie? I guess I passed him. We got a big. holy crap, Edie didn't do much after. Okay, we need Edie to do more. He only played 20 minutes as well, so I don't know. I should be concerned. Okay, I thought he got hurt, so that's why I was holding my breath. We need to bring Walter Clayton back. All right, well, who was I thinking of? I was talking about Jared McCain. Sixer fans are not a big fan of the Jared McCain trade. Everything seems okay. We do, to be fair, have Edie playing 25 minutes, but they only ended up playing 20. So I'm trying to have him play more. Not that much more, but still some. What the hell's on my? Oh, Piston fans wish that Cade would get some help from his other teammates, specifically not Karis LeVert. They want anybody else playing besides Karis LeVert, as we immediately have to change this after just. All right, I feel bad for him. Scottie Pippen gets a chance once again. It's only 1 to 2 weeks, so nothing that dramatic. To be fair, if we wanted to really be cooking, we could start Reeves at point, but y'all know I got a soft spot for Scottie Pippen Jr. Cavs fans, I'm trying to think. I've definitely seen something about Cavs fans are like, oh, James Harden's wonderful. Why do teams not like him? And most of the teams that don't like him are the teams that have had to trade him because he wants to leave that team. Piston fans wish Cade would get help. Kind of wish Karis LeVert would stop playing. Sixer fans hate Daryl Morey. There's definitely another fan base that I see a lot of tweets from that. I don't really know why. So we're going to hop in this game just for jersey purposes, but we're going to simcast to the end because I'm interested to see how this Wizards unit will look. That being said, and I think I'm not the only person to have said this, the NBA fandom kind of wish the Wizards would get updated jerseys, especially something to do with the pink and blue jerseys they had a couple years ago, because they only wore those for one season, and they look great. Pink and blue for the win. All right, so we're going to simcast. They're also 2-10, so take that as you will. Now, the moment I said that, they would lead for most of this. So we're going to hop in now, look at some stats. We'll have Ty Jerome in. We'll have Jalen Wells in. We'll sit Edie for now and bring Stewart back. And we'll bring Cam Johnson, but we'll probably bring Coward in pretty quickly. We didn't even look at any of the damn stats. Coward doing well. Edie's played 32 minutes. Is not all right. To be fair, this is not a good stats game for anybody. So I know I'm saying, hold on. All right, let me take that back because freaking Coward is 11 to 12. Come on, y'all need to help him. This court is shiny. Something slightly different than I remember. Trae Young is here. He's played in real life now for the Wizards. Can I just say, this is a AHS thought process. I thought, because we've prepared for LeBron's last years in the league for quite a while now, we still don't really know the answer to that. But I thought for the longest time, because the whole thought process that I had was like, okay, what happens with Anthony Davis? Because I thought, A, they just either get him a new co-star, or B, they just trade him and rebuild with what they get off the Anthony Davis trade. And then obviously that all changed because Anthony Davis did get traded, but it was not for a quote-unquote rebuild, as freaking Coward got dogged on. Could y'all please? All right, let's call the timeout. Let's call the timeout. Anyways, I thought the top candidate and the most likely candidate, and a lot of players obviously end up photoshopped into Lakers jerseys, but the one that was at the top of the list and I thought made the most sense, and I thought Trae Young was going to end up a Laker, is what I was kind of going to get at. So I've always thought of the AD and Trae Young pairing. No clue how the hell it ended up in Washington. Granted, it's not yet to happen, but it's lined up to happen. So I don't hate it. As we get a big Ty Jerome 3 there. With our bench and Boozer. We got a loaded team. Because some of these guys are not producing stats. But, they don't really have the minute allocation to be doing so. So Anthony Davis just got the rebound over 3 people. And couldn't over 2. SB Stu goes in on Trae Young. Can we also point out, Trae Young, obviously, the topic this week is A, him playing, and B, him getting ejected before he can even play. Because Tari Eason pushed the crap out of a Wizards player. A, Tari Eason, potentially a menace to society. We still are not over him injuring Vince Williams Jr. Then he did that. But the whole point that I'm getting at is the referees have gotten very terrible. Because we had the situation. All right, the situation I was actually going to say they actually called. But there was a little bit of too many situations where, like, hard fouls are happened or just a ton of fouls have happened and nothing gets called and then it escalates to something else. Which the one I was thinking of the Jokic Lou Dort situation. Granted, that time around it got called. I made that shot more difficult than I needed to, but at least it went in. I'm thinking of the Scottie Pippen Jr. gets the Heat situation because that should have been called a foul, and if it would have, to be fair, that might still happen because a foul being called doesn't stop the pain that happened there. So 80 shoots a 3, did not go in, but came very close. Boozer's got the ball. It was also funny we lost to the Wizards twice this year in very close games, but their guys just wanted it a little bit more so. Kind of seeking revenge, even though most of these people that are on this team were not involved in those games. As Stewart setting a screen for us, and we took too long, but we're now scoring off of it. Did we help a little bit too much? Yes, but it worked perfectly. Oh, we could have got the rebound there. Okay. I don't want to call this timeout because we only got 2 left. They're trying to make changes. We are going to keep Ty Jerome in. For reasons like that. Alright. We left the wrong person open, but it didn't matter. Yes, I did it for shits and giggles. Another situation where we should have got the offensive rebound. Ooh. He with us. It hurts. It hurts that we didn't get to see Ty Jerome with us for most of the season. We'll take it that way. We get substitutions. I did not know that was our 5th foul, but again, we're getting our substitutions in. Forgot we were home for a minute. We should have been doing the rumbling. And it's funny. Okay. I need to stop going for the right stick layups to make it look fancy. He did somewhat the similar thing, and it worked for him on a more difficult shot. Might have been a bad foul. I can't even really say it was a bad foul. That time I went for it and it didn't work, but we got an ED rebound and put back to more than likely seal the deal. So you know what? We blow this, we blow this. Okay, we can't even see me yet. We'll just finish it. We'll just finish it. Because now that I said it, it's probably going to happen. And that should do it now. There are the stats. We got one more game of this video, and then it'll be wraps. And that game is against Minnesota. Granted, it is also hilarious. We have 3 games in between that. Against a Rockets team we've already faced, a Blazers team that we'll look at down the line with Dame back, and the Thunder, who we're 1-1 against already this year. So we lose a close one to the Rockets. Walter Clayton is back, so we'll put him in the starting line. We need to look at Spit Pippen's numbers while he wasn't playing. This stuff only really matters to me, the order of this crap. So I do feel bad because we got a lot of good talent that if teams offered something for, I would like consider things, maybe trades. Probably not. I really like our roster, but you know, we got a little bit too much going on here. So we're now 1-2 against the Thunder, but this one we only lost by 1, which sucks. Or we look at our stats. There's our stats. 80 again at the bottom. What the hell? You know, again, I just went over that whole tangent about things. Let's look at Scotty. Scotty wasn't playing in that one. Scotty was playing in this one. He had 18.7 assists. Good for him. Not a pretty game for us. But we only lost by again, two very close games. So, you know, we're mainly looking at the scoreboards, but 2 very close games. So this game was the one I said I'd wear the white jerseys for. I'm not a fan of this jersey for Minnesota. But, you know, they're supposed to wear their statement jerseys for this home game. And we'll wear our white ones. Even though I immediately got to change it. With the dark accessories. Very rare. I feel like we had at least one game where we wore the white jerseys with dark accessories in our, like, somewhat recently. In the last couple of years. I think we should do it more often. Granted, most of that stuff doesn't matter. So we're seeing highlights. Oh, crazy-ass green court. But again, it would have been the court regardless. This is also the team that just won the NBA title. So another case of going for the gold. They've made a big change adding Ant for any time. So they have both Ant-Mans. And there's probably another Ant-Man in the league, but the 2 notable Ant-Mans. As Edie immediately starting. And you know what? I like that play. And I want to get something else for the thumbnail. So. It's not even anything that big of a deal. But while I'm thinking of it. I can't even get the angle that I want. Yeah, screw it. We'll get it from the front. Is there a reason I can't back out at all? There we go. Look at the flash. The flash is on for that. This is not the best shot. We might get a better one. I should actually get one in the center of the damn court, but we don't play home again. That's head on me. I want them to give the ball to Gobert so I can block him. That's not the case. So the next time around, we play a road game against the Lakers, which will be Reeves' return, which will more than likely be the title of that, Reeves' return. Alliteration. And just thought off the top of my head. All right, let's just be honest. Anthony Edwards is going to shoot almost all of these shots. So we should. That's supposed to be a pass. That's supposed to be a pass. Another case, I wish he would have came into that freaking paint and Edie would have swatted it. We're trying to send as many bodies towards Ant as we can and have them make a decision very quickly with hopefully somebody near. And I thought Ant touched that, but I guess not. That was a great start to the game. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And even better. I can't say anything yet. We'll take that. The moment I saw Rudy. Look at that! Oh, the hell old. Yeah, that matter. That's an ejection. That's an ejection. Get him, Walt. Did he not just freaking hit him? He came very close. He came a little bit too close. I ain't gonna lie. I thought he karate chopped his head, but that could have been way worse. It's Walter Clinton Jr. back in action. He's got 8 of our first 10. Now he immediately fouls back, but the Edie thing. Here's the thing with Edie. These first 2 minutes with Edie, and it's happened the previous 2 games, dominant. Does whatever, both sides, but it just drains his energy so much that I try to do it the rest of the time, and it's not as productive. So we need to find a way to get it to be productive or do a slight change. As look at that. Look, all right. I'm glad we got the put back. It's fine. That could have been way worse. Don't like that because that was a lot of intensity and good defense. And also, if we're just being honest, a foul. But it would have been that one. A lot of bully ball this game. Is there going to be a lot of bully ball or a lot of 3-point shots from the guards? Probably a mixture of both. Not liking it. Not liking it. We definitely don't need a freaking AT&T connected cam. We need to play. Let's get Reeves involved. I can't wait till next season. I can't freaking wait till next season. I know it's so effing long from now, but just got a little bit too many questions on our mind right now. Walter Clayton Jr. is playing very well right now. Rudy's going to have to fly in to get this. I was not letting Simons jump over us like that. That was a tough shot. It was a small bar, but it was not. It was a tough shot. Tougher than it needed to be. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Bully ball. It's not as big a bully ball, but a prelude to bully ball. He's a little bit too far to shoot. That's why he gave it right back to Ant. I hated that. I hated that. I hated that because that was a good effort. It just didn't benefit us. So I will say this. We'll call timeout. Try to get Edie some more energy and then bring Stewart in at the next whistle. I think that might be a potential solution there. So we're just mainly doing this for energy purposes, stamina purposes. Does Ron Nembhard count as a rookie next year? I feel like he's played a lot this year. I don't know. It's not my. I felt that Cam, like Spencer, could have made an argument for that for this year, but I don't know. It's a certain amount of games that have played that like qualifies you, but it wasn't worthy of that big of an argument. IMO. Clayton Jr. does not like Anthony Simons. All right. I want Coward on Ant. Wrong person. Also, I haven't gotten Reeves involved that much this game anyways. Ooh. I hate it. Oh, my God. We're letting him get away with a little bit too much, IMO. Oh, that would hurt because we got the freaking advantage on the box out. And it just went in right at the end. I don't like how I go to dribble and then it just like stops for a second and makes me back up. Oh, take that. Take that. Hey, we'll take that. We'll take that. Hey, Reeves immediately taking him out, but that was a good stop there. I don't like that pass. Terrible pass. Terrible pass. Good idea. Bad execution. Almost the same thing here. Oh, hell nah. Hell nah. That's not going to go in and bother me. Okay. Oh. If I didn't go with the right stick up, that would have went in. Coward. Let me look at this. This is where you, in real life, they ask you want to replay it, and then they look at it for freaking ever, and then they decide, okay, we'll freaking review it. Where? That got sent back, but whatever. I thought that missed as well. Ty Jerome time is coming in. Wells' spot, that corner. Also hurt that he did not get to play for us in the playoffs last year because he got injured in that Hornets game. Oh, boy. The other side. The other side. Hey, we're keeping Wells in. Keeping Wells in. It's the right thing to do. Now, what hurt is that we had 2 guys on him. And more than likely wouldn't have got that rebound because we had 2 guys on him. Now, okay, take that. I gotta stop shooting with this right stick. We'll take that. Corner threes, corner threes. That's a charge. You freaking flung into me. Okay, let's get it. We'll try it. Terrible idea. I just want somebody to come into the paint. Somebody come in the paint. Somebody come in the paint. Oh, yeah, you come in the paint. Too many people. Too many people open for threes. Okay, that time we got a right stick in. Even though I've said time and time again, we need to stop. We're doing too many switches as well. Don't like that. Because we switched, didn't have a center in the freaking paint. Also just realized there's freaking trees. Wolves, hilarious. Trees on this court, where ours is kind of like stripes. The Thunder freaking court was way too freaking dark for me to notice anything. So we have a potential and 1 opportunity. For some reason, the cup games, they don't let you do the court distractions. The free throw distraction. Oh, shouldn't have bounced it. Shouldn't have bounced it. Still would have been a tough pass regardless. Got 18 seconds. Well, there's a Ty Jerome, come in, do what you need to do. Okay. Did I do that on purpose? Yes and no. I wanted another shot opportunity, but I didn't necessarily want it to be us. All right, that. Okay. Waste opportunity. Waste opportunity. So we're at the last game, the last bit of this vid. And I think it's about time we jump in. Don't need to let it get any further than needed. All right, terrible. But that was on me. Okay, there's not an option for Zachy to come in. Ty Jerome's stamina is very low. We are going to bring in Cam Johnson. We're going to do the Reeves at freaking point guard experiment. It's not an experiment, but for this little bit. That way, Coward's on Ant Edwards. And Coward, or Cam in the corner. Cam in the corner. Cam in the corner. Write that one down. Okay, let's actually look at Edie, by the way. He has 6 freaking blocks. And no fouls. Unknown lefty and freaking Jalen Wells. Both. We'll have to monitor that after the game. That one hurt. So I was definitely expecting something in the paint. Try to. Ugh. Ain't no way that goes in. Okay. I didn't even think we got that rebound. That's a foul. I ain't gonna call it. It's fine. I'm not sitting up, but I'm leaning forward definitely. That one. Okay. I wish it was blocked, but it didn't go in. That's all that matters. Coward in the corner. Corner shots. Corner shots. The only real time that Dublin works because we know Rudy is not doing anything from out there. But he did get back in the paint in time. It's fine. 3-point game. About 3 minutes left. So we're finally getting Cam Johnson time. And at the right time. Hey, they just throwing up shots that they shouldn't be. But I'm not. They coach. I'm not helping them. What the F? I think he pushed us. They didn't call anything. Okay, they had the timeouts to get rid of. So they have Edie out there for us. I'm going to sit him, but I will let him play here. They also have Walter Clayton back in. Well, they didn't get fouled there. All right. What the hell? Hey, he fouls out. He fouls out. We had a good momentum rolling. Then they changed everything. If he fouls out, I like him, but we got a good thing going right now. We got a coward 3. Less than 3 minutes left now. That kind of happened pretty quick. How did that go in? Because he has 40 freaking points. 41. He closed out on us at the last sec. I feel they made him a little bit too dominant on this game. Oh, leave him open. When I say leave him open, I mean Rudy Gobert. Don't leave anybody else open. Hey, we'll take that. We'll take that. Can we get something for Walter Clayton? We can. It's a 3 in the corner. The corner 3s was the key in the 4th. The fact he didn't go out on that. Committed a little bit too much to that double, but it has worked perfect. Tough shot. This is why we brought in Jalen Williams. Where an injury has happened in our center rotation, and he came in and has done his part and aided an 8-point lead with 52 seconds left. So we'll see how this ends. As he got a block as well on Ant. And this will do it. Reeves got scored when it mattered. The free agents helped. I'm intrigued to see how many shots Ant got up in this game, by the way. It's got to be at least 30. That hurt. Shout out to Jalen Williams. I would, but I'm not. All right. You got 23 shots up. 41 points, though. Ty Jerome. Walter Clayton. A little bit of things from everybody. Now, we need to see what these injuries are before we wrap things up. We have a 4-day break at least. I'm going to leave rotation as is to see what Edie's injury is, and then I'll change it. Hyperlifting, that's not that bad. That could have been, yeah, that's not that bad. Hope Jalen Wells gets better. Hope Edie gets better, obviously. So, I think we start Jalen Williams. That way there's not that big of a drop-off, but we'll boost up Stewart's minutes potentially. And the thing is, now I debate Koa Pete, who is somewhat similar to Jalen Williams. Do we do that? Do we go that route, or do we bring in Scottie Pippen Jr.? That's the debate going on in my head right now. Because that way, we would be Ty Jerome, Scottie Pippen Jr., GG, Cam Johnson, and Stewart off the bench. Or Koa Pete. So I think we'll go. And I'll see Scottie's stats from the last games that he has played. 18. Yeah. His last 2 games, he had almost 20 points. So, Scottie Pippen, I got a soft spot for you. He playing. Jalen Williams will give 20 minutes to That's that crazy. Well, you earned an extra minute. Minute allocation's actually kind of weird, but we'll take it. So we'll see. I don't know if Cole Pete's going to get any run this year, which I know is kind of crazy, but time will tell. So hopefully our guys get better. We've gotten better. We went 3-0 in the Cup games today. These 2 games are going to be the highlight of next weekend's retool video because it's Reeves' return and the last Cup game. And then this whole week will be the Cup tournament. So that'll probably be 2 weeks from it now. It's also TBD because it's going to determine on how that Spurs game goes. Also, I'm kind of like, because looking in advance, next video should be these 2 games and then potentially the other Cup games. I don't know. Obviously, the main highlight, the main thing that we should be aiming for are these 3 games. Because we got the Desmond, we get to see our old friend Desmond Bain. We get to see our old friend John Morant. And we get to see our old friend Jaren Jackson Jr. So, hilariously enough, the 15th seed in the East, the 14th seed in the West. Where's Orlando? They're at least the 3 seed. So, with like their top 3 or 4 guys injured, that is very ass backwards. But I'm not in charge of all that. I'm in charge of our stuff. But I don't want us like stuck in like December, January forever. So we'll see how these things go and whatnot. So with the 4th seed right now, I'm all right with that. I ain't got that big of a problem with it. Contract extensions. Cam Johnson will resign. And again, this was the positive of trading for Cam Johnson, is I knew that if I wanted to keep him around as a veteran person, his contract is not that crazy. So that's why I was all right with getting and trading for Cam Johnson and trying to keep Cam Johnson. So we'll see if anybody else is, or most of these people can't change. Most of these people we just signed. Isaiah Stewart's kind of the interesting one because I don't know if he has a player option or a team option. He has a team option, so that would be up to us. I'm just trying to look around at other things. I'll look at team intel, injuries, and then the standings, then we'll be done. If y'all see things, let me know. I wonder if Russell Westbrook is on a team or not. You shouldn't waste your time going for Tatum or Brown. Hopefully that changes. That's funny. VJ Edgecombe. So that means Maxey is not that. Trae Johnson. Interesting. Teams want DeAnthony Melton. Shout out Melt. That one I think, is a little bit crazy, but I'm not there to stop him. Cam Reddish. Y'all can't sign him now. So I was looking at freaking the Untouchables and not who's on trading blocks. Michael Porter Jr. is on our other series. I also want to be known that it said that freaking Jalen Wells' injury was that his Bed Bath & Beyond coupon expires at midnight. I don't think it's going to keep him out a month, but I don't know of anything. Mock drafts. Here's Brandon McCoy Jr. How many picks? This is what I don't get. Mock drafts, I think, has for every team, but it doesn't for the picks. So that's what always gets me confused with that. Because there's no way that every team just has their pick, I don't believe that. It can't be. Also, they got the Wizards at freaking 30. They're the worst team. They're one of the worst teams in the East. We went through team intel, standings, and injuries, and we'll be done. Transaction reports, just mainly sign-ins. Quentin Poe got sent to the G League, which is funny. Kawhi resigned to the Clippers. I don't know if that would happen in real life. Standings, Spurs, Wolves are ahead. We'll get the same record as the Warriors, but we're right on the Pelicans' trail. New York has only lost one freaking game after just being in the finals and not acquiring Giannis Antetokounmpo and Jalen Brunson being hurt. Is there anything that dramatically different here? Not even. There's Kenrich Williams. We were talking about him earlier. Sorry, Ja. Granted, Igor Dimon got hurt and Nick Claxton got hurt, so they're dealing with injuries at least. And I don't even know if we got their pick next year or not. So at least injuries are their concern there. We'll look at the injuries. Then we should be done. The light is hitting MII right now, so we definitely need to be done pretty soon. Giannis is out with injury. Giddey was out with injury. I also wanted to be known the main reason that I noticed that Reeves would probably get more money in real life than on here is that when I saw Jarris Walker got $20 million and we gave Reeves $25 million. So I was like, oh. But again, that ain't on me. What the hell is this? Oh, it's because he's in the freaking G League. I was like, when did they get a new logo? Jokic is out 1 to 2 weeks. Bro, it's crazy. It's their top 3 players. Let's make that crazy. They're a good team. Their top 3 players out. All right. That should be just about it. And it is. So this is a good video. Again, having fun. I'm having fun. Next time around, you know what? I actually do think, let's go ahead and simulate to that date. I don't think that much. Which, okay, the standings changed dramatically, but not much else did. All right. So I'll see y'all when I see y'all. I'm out for now. Stay safe. Goodbye and everything.